G'day viewers, I've been meaning to revisit the topic of copyright on YouTube, videos being taken down for supposed copyright infringement for a while now, and I decided to run with it today because I got some new information, namely a potential way to fight back. Now this has been on a lot of people's minds more lately because there's been a huge rise in the number of takedown notices. Now one important thing I want to get out there, this is not YouTube's idea. They'd prefer to not do it. But there's these stupid fucking laws being led by the US that they're required to. And the party really pushing it lately that's put the number of takedowns up is the Warner Music Group. So if you'd been using Warner Music in your videos, you would have got a takedown notice very likely in the last couple of months. Now Warner were one of the record companies that struck a deal with Google, YouTube last year about allowing people to use their music and they'd just put ads and they'd take the money from ads next to your video. Well, apparently in the renegotiation, once the first deal ran out, they couldn't come to terms. Warner got the shits and they're issuing takedown notices left, right and centre, from ones that are legally totally valid to some that are completely fucked and illegal in fact, but they do them anyway. Now, why YouTube responds without investigating, go look up the Digital Millennium Copyright Act, the DMCA. YouTube are using what's known as the safe harbour provisions within the DMCA. Namely, if they respond when someone goes, hey, that's my copyrighted material, if they respond by taking it down under the DMCA, they can't be sued. Now, this hasn't stopped the complete fucking morons from Viacom suing them for $1 billion. And that didn't sound remotely like Dr. Evil, but fuck it, we'll keep going. Viacom will lose that case. They will flush tens of millions, if not hundreds of millions of dollars down the toilet when they have to pay Google's legal costs as well. And I hope the entire board gets sacked by the angry shareholders who didn't want to lose all that money, and anyone involved in the decision gets sacked. But that's down the line because that case is apparently going to drag on for years. Every court case, and there have been a couple that dealt with this specific topic, has come down on the side of the provider, which would be Google, YouTube in this case. If they take things down when they're told, they don't lose court cases. So that's why they're doing it. They've got this billion-dollar lawsuit hanging over their head. I think they could do way more and still be within the law, but it's not my $1 billion, so it's probably a bit rich me telling them what to do. Anyway, so Warner are leading this latest range of takedown notices that are coming out. They're not the only ones. Viacom still do it. A few others still do it. And a few absolute non-entities do it. A few people I know have been on the receiving end of that. So this shit's going on. What can you do? Well, I'll go back to my very first bit of advice I ever gave on this topic. Don't use copyright material. Just don't do it. And I know some people go, oh, it's absolutely perfect for this and you don't own it. It's as simple as that. I agree with the whole, oh, you're giving promotion to the band or promotion to the thing, but legally you don't own it. You have no defense if they come after you. It's no good saying, oh, that's unfair. I agree. I think it's stupid, but legally you don't have a defense. As soon as you use copyright music or video or pictures or whatever, you leave yourself at the mercy of outside parties coming after you legally, and you don't have a leg to stand on. I'm going to throw one other thing out there actually. Some people might think this is a bit counterintuitive, but the deals that were negotiated last year between YouTube and a range of record companies had a provision that some people said was all heavy, saying although they may agree at first to let you have the music in your video, they reserve the right to at any time take it down. I actually think that's pretty fair. In one case at least, I can imagine if somebody used a band's music to be behind a video of something they found really objectionable, like a pro-abortion or anti-abortion video, depending where you sit on that, or, you know, politics generally is so fraught. I could just imagine a video maker going, oh yeah, this band's music is absolutely perfect for my message, and the band going, fuck you, we disagree completely, that makes it look like we endorse it. No, don't use our music for that. If you didn't make the music, you don't really have the right to say how it's used. That's just my 2 cents. Anyway, back to the case in point. Takedown notices, la-di-da-di-da, Some you have no defense against legally, but some, for those who know copyright law, you will know that you do have a defense, namely that it was fair use, you made a transformative piece of art out of it, all these things. YouTube does not analyze that stuff. They get a takedown notice, bang, the video will come down. They're just defending themselves. They go further than they need to, but like I said, $1 billion, blah, blah, blah. So, what is the fight back? I took a long time to get to that, didn't I? But here's the money shot. The fight back. The Electronic Frontier Foundation hates this crap and has started a new campaign to help people deal with it. I will have links in the usual place to their page where they tell you what to do. But basically, they're saying, besides saying YouTube should smarten up its act and only take down stuff that's really infringing, they're saying, if you've been on the receiving end of something you think is unfair, and be sure about it, okay? If it's just a music video you put up, you don't have the right to, and legally you've got no defense, so don't waste time. But if it's not a completely copyrighted thing, if there's a substantial bit of original work on your part there, and if you're not trying to profit from it. So if you're in the partner program and you try and put ads against something that someone else's stuff, you're kind of screwed because you're making commercial gain off it. But if there's no commercial gain for you, if there's substantial original work by you in the video and you think a takedown notice is completely unfair under the law, contact the EFF. I suppose this only counts for Americans, I'm not 100% sure, but anyway, contact the EFF and they are looking at what cases they can pursue. And they have successfully got YouTube to put videos up in the past. These guys are absolutely awesome. They do great work. They're a really good lobbying body. And hey, they might lobby on behalf of you. So, YouTubers, the fight back starts now. The legal fight back. I'd love to go after the record companies, let Punchy McGee and Fisty O'Flanagan get involved. I was going to say special prize to anyone who knows that reference, but it's too easy to Google it. It's from the Powerpuff Girls cartoon I watch with my kids. And when the little Buttercup, who always fights, said Punchy McGee and Fisty O'Flanagan, something in my very juvenile sense of humour found a little girl saying Fisty O'Flanagan really funny. I'm wrong. I ended this on a really wrong note. But anyway, the EFF, Punchy McGee, Fisty O'Flanagan, fight back starts now.